Hey, welcome back to the Female HC channel. I am your host, your guide to Hearing Divine, and welcome back. If you haven't done so, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel because this is where you get all information on feminine spirituality, arts and practices, as well as entrepreneurial skills, tips and tricks, and the business of being a woman. So if you are interested in all of those type of content, through my lifestyle and through the people I'll be bringing on this channel, then make sure you're subscribed and you click that notification bell so that you're always notified when I have a new video. So let's get into the topic right now. So like many of you, I have suffered from procrastination, and like many of you, I have done the same thing you guys have done. I have Googled it, I have read books about it, and all of the methods that I have used up to that point were methods that were addressing the symptoms of procrastination. So things like setting goals, being clear on what you want. And while that's not bad because you need to have a goal, you need to be clear on what it is that you're striving for, the real issue, and I hope you guys do not hear all this background noise. Oh my God, hold on. Oh, did it get dark in here? Oh no. Anyway, so the real issue really wasn't those problems. There's underlying issues that really are what we need to address why we're procrastinating. So they can be mental, physical, spiritual, emotional. It's a conglomerate reason. So we're gonna get into some of these today so that not only are you able to address it, you're also able to reset yourself, that you are now going to start setting yourself up for best, because like procrastination is actually another layer of self-sabotage. So we're gonna get into that too, so check it out. Okay, so let's get into some definitions. What is procrastination? Procrastination is, it refers to the act and or behavior of delaying or postponing tasks, actions that should be done in a timely manner. And it also involves putting off very important or necessary activities, often in favor, this has been me y'all, of more immediate and pleasurable tasks or distractions. So procrastination can manifest in various forms, such as avoiding work or assignments, or delaying decision making, and even postponing goals. And this is actually very detrimental. Like I said, this is a stepping stone that takes you into self-sabotage, and really why a lot of the times we don't see our manifestations or the things that we are creating to come into full fruition because of that. And so let's go into some of the factors, because this is something that I had to really unpack with myself. And as a mystical, magical person, as you all are spiritual people, we understand that there are spiritual components to what manifests on the physical. So let's start with this. A lot of times, right, procrastination, it is an underlying factor that you have issues with lack, right? Now, it could be a lack of mentality, a lack of mindset, however you got there, whether it was from childhood reinforcement, decisions, and experiences that you have. There is something within you that feels that you lack something, whether it's the ability, whether it is the wherewithal, whatever that you feel like you're lacking in, the confidence, et cetera, to move forward in making decisions or taking place in the actions needed to complete a task, goal, etc. Another thing that was more so my issue that I didn't realize was an issue was actually it was a fear of success. I was terrified of being successful, or what I was perceived to be successful in whatever it was that I had to engage in. And so that made me, or more so I should say, that led me into making decisions that would pull me away from doing the necessary actions, or just even planning out, or this is me, I would plan it, but then never touch any of the points that I said I was gonna do within that week or that day, because it was something else I had to do, or something else that was more pressing, which was never ever more pressing. And so when I look back at my life and that perspective there, I had to really start dealing with myself. So I said, as a spiritual person, right, as a spiritual woman, there are four factors of yourself. You have your water-based self, which is your water element, your earth-based element, your air element, and then also your fire element. So all of these components, or ether too, because that's the spirit part, but all of these components make up yourself. And when you have levels that are low in either one of these different areas, particularly in your air, which deals with your mental capacity, right? Your thinking, or if it's even your water, which deals with your belief, what deals with what you can dream as possible, if there's some kind of imbalance or blockage in these elements, usually, again, we're dealing with the spiritual high mind stuff before we get to the lower mind or the physical realm first. We're gonna deal with this area. So when you look at these areas, right, there's these blockages in your mental capacity of how you view yourself, how you view your world. Maybe there's lack of information that you don't have. And so now you're delaying making a decision. That was me. I would get lost in information. Is that called information paralysis? When you're just trying to gather information, and you end up being a hoarder. Is that just me? And so what I had to do was that through mentors, guides, and just my own willingness of reaching out to like God, universe, my ancestors, etc., saying, look, I need help. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like before I even had the language that was my elements that were off, I just knew that I am not getting things done and I feel like I'm falling behind. So it ended up becoming a reinforcement of my belief system of myself. So that's my air. I did not believe I was worthy, water, or earth a little bit. I did not believe, air, I was worthy of the activities and the successes and the achievements that I was going for. And it's really interesting because there's things that I'm really good at. And so, management. I am great at managing. I've worked in management pretty much my whole adult career life, and I'm really great at managing other people. But for whatever reason, when it came to managing myself, came to governing over myself, it was like, Lord, everything just goes blah. And so what I had to do after a series of being sick and tired, I said enough is enough and it's time for a change. I was tired of living in fear. I was tired and having anxiety because then anxiety would come in because now I've delayed or postponed doing something. Now I'm getting anxious because like, oh my God, the deadline's coming up, or oh, this needs to be done, or it may never get done, or whatever, right? And so what I had to do, I had to check my mindset. I had to check my mental state. And that is going to be really, really, really important because procrastination is a part of a mental state leveling that's unleveled or unbalanced, because there's something within you that believes that you can't do or shouldn't do or whatever it is that's blocking you from making very clear decisions on like, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going, and we're going to go straight to it. So that's an area that you have to look at. Now let's deal with your water, which is your belief system, right? And also how you feel about something, because beliefs and feelings go similar with each other, right? So when I started really evaluating my own emotional state on what it is that I believed was real and true for me, and how you know if something's real or true for you, you can feel it resonating into your body. Now, if you're not alert or awareness in your body, I have a video on that coming soon, so you guys will be able to see that. Hopefully by the time I upload this, I can like click a link or something right here and y'all can go to that video. So what I had to do was I had to start to do things to help me believe that I was deserving of the things that I desired and of the decisions I was being presented to make. And because I worked in management, there was a lot of decision making, a lot of quick thinking, and I was able to do that. But when it came to my personal life, my personal development, there was this lag there. And it's interesting because a lot of us, like me, there's a lot of us that are really great at doing things. It may not be something that we actually are very passionate about, that we may actually even love, but we lean into it because we're good at it, right? And it gives us at least for me, it gave me a false sense of security that, well, as long as I keep doing this, I don't have to worry about other things. And what that did, it continued to delay my access into the next level I wanted. And I don't want that for you all. I do not want you guys to go through that cycle and loop that I went through. I want you guys to be able to grasp yourself and be able to give yourself the tools to reevaluate and reconstruct yourself so that you were able to transform yourself into a being that you never knew you could become. And it's so important for us as women is that we really check and understand how we believe and what we think, because what you think is what you're going to manifest. And I know people think, well, I have issues with manifesting. No, you don't, my dear. We are always manifesting. Now, whether you're consciously manifesting or not, or manifesting the things that you really want to experience, Well, I'm gonna be careful with that, because actually you are you are manifesting what you want. Even if you were like, I don't want this, I don't like this is uncomfortable. I get it, because we're always manifesting, we're always creating based on what thoughts that we're thinking, based on the feelings, the vibes, right? So this is what I want you guys to do. This is the thing that has helped me. I had to go ahead and write down, make a list of the things I was postponing, delaying, etc., right? So on one column, you make that list. On another column, you make all the excuses on why it can't get done. I know you're thinking like, why would I want to write down my excuses? Because you want to just get it out your effing system, yay. Get it out your system, y'all. So write about the reason why you can't get this done or do it, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or why it has to be postponed or whatever. And then write down so it's just like 3 columns. So column 1, what is the list of things that you need to be doing? Column 2, why you can't get it done? And then column 3 is, if I actually just did steps now, what could be accomplished? And in doing that, you're giving yourself a clear visual perspective of where you're at. Think of it like a snapshot. Like they say in natal chart readings, it's a snapshot of where the stars were at the time you were born. This is gonna be your snapshot up until that point. This is what you believe, this is what you think. Now, with that 3rd column, what I want you to do is make a little note. If you have room, or you can put it on the back sheet of paper, whatever works for you. I want you guys to make a little note on what's one step right now, today, within 24 hours. I almost want to say within 1 hour, but whatever is best for you. What is that one step that you can do right now within the 24-hour cycle that can get you step closer to do? Give yourself an action plan. And now that you have an action plan, I want you to ask yourself, what do I believe about this? Because again, it goes back to your beliefs. What truly resonates on your belief system on why you can't have this, do this, make this decision, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because what you're now doing, you have now released it out of yourself. So it's not balled up in your head, just a bunch of thoughts and ideas floating. You have able to now ground yourself into a practice that calls you to be centered, right? So now you're focused. You have written it out. You have expressed it. You have used your body, which is your earth, to manifest, or at least not to manifest, but to really just script out what it is, where it's from, what I can do. And then you're now going to have yourself in a reflection period of really just sitting with yourself on what the shifts, how this would feel. Okay, if you recognize some uncomfortability, like, okay, what's uncomfortable? Do you feel a knot in your stomach? Do you feel something in your throat? What bodily sensations are coming up for you that's asking you to address this? Because now what we're doing, you are bringing up what's ever really up in there. You're bringing it up, coming up out of you, so that you can now address it. Because again, procrastination is more than just delaying something. There is something within you that is a belief system, a thought pattern, a cycle, or a loop that needs to be addressed so that you can come out. Now, I hope this helped you, ladies. I really hope so, because this is something that has helped me and has been a continual practice to get me out of procrastination. I even catch myself sometimes. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. We're procrastinating here. What's happening? Let's check in with self T. What's going on with you? How you feeling? Right? So I want you guys to continue to do this with yourself. And if you're looking for additional support, I want you guys to go ahead and book a consultation with me. Right, the links are below, and we can have a little consultation with each other to see how I can help you focus and reach your goals, address those underlying issues, and give you some tools to get you to your next level. Because it's about women sharing with women, sharing our stories, sharing our tools, sharing our wisdom with each other who are on like-minded, or at least like frequencies, and help enhance each other, because iron truly sharpens iron. So if you're interested in working with me, all my links are below. Also, guys, connect with me on my social media. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, of course, YouTube, and I'm pretty sure somewhere else. But all my links to connect with me are in the bottom. I want to hear from you guys too in the comment section. What are some areas of procrastination that you've been procrastinating, and how do you want to get yourself out of it? So if you have been helpful to you, please leave me a blue heart. I love the color blue, but leave me a blue heart in the comment section so I know that you finished the whole video through and through, and go ahead and book your consultation with me. It's free. All right, much love to you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Mwah. Bye.